take every opportunity, don't overthink and think, oh, my beats are trash. Just send out as much as you can. I will admit it's easier in terms of, say, getting views and then like more of a shock from people, like if you see a girl on the thumbnail. So it's like about over 6 months I'd started, and then I just wake up to a DM from vkie and he just said, yo, and then my beat was playing and Herbo was there, and I was like trying to DM everyone that I could see that was in the studio. I've never said that part of it. I always tell the story, but I never really.
W tym odcinku będę rozmawiał z producentką, youtuberką z Wielkiej Brytanii. Produkowała ona dla takich artystów jak Herbo, Moneyman, YBN Amir czy Stuna for Vegas. Opowie ona trochę swojej historii, o tym jak zdobyła placement z Herbo, o rozmowie z Kifem i o wielu innych rzeczach, a na koniec zrobimy mocny, mroczny beat, z których najbardziej jest znana. Także bez zbędnego gadania już zaczynamy. What's going on, guys? Today I'm with Lollipop.
What's up, guys?
First of all, I want to ask you, like, you live in UK or because I know you from
Yeah,
UK?
London.
Okay, cool. Is it harder to be a girl producer? Like, is it easier? What's your experience about it?
It's easier. I will admit it's easier in terms of, say, getting views and then like more of a shock from people. Like if you see a girl on the thumbnail and it's like making a beat, I do admit that probably people would think, oh, you know, I'll watch that because you don't see many girls. But in terms of everything else, like it's actually a lot harder than people think, just with people's opinions. And luckily in person, I've only had really good experiences. Everyone's been really respectful. No one treats me any differently in person other from like 1 or 2 people who just basically ignore me. But other from that, the online, like on TikTok and online, people have crazy comments and opinions. But honestly, I just use it all to my advantage and just, you know, it's about music at the end of the day. For the beats, you can't really get past that. So the beats have to be good first. And I've spoken about it before, but I just wanted to post my beats on YouTube without people knowing who I was first. And then, you know, see that if people are actually liking the beats, so they were. So it shows that, oh, like people think it's just I do better because I'm a girl. But it's easier and it's harder, but it's a lot harder than people think. And like imagine being in a room with like 10 female producers only and you're the only guy. Like imagine it that way, reverse. Like it's different, but I'm used to it. But it's nice to start seeing more female producers, which I feel like I am seeing more and more.
You was working in a studio like in the US. You was in the US, right?
Yeah, I've just come back a couple weeks ago from America in LA and Atlanta. It's really good.
That's crazy, that's crazy. But your image kind of helps your brand, let me say, like soft image and the hard beats, like.
Yeah, and I didn't mean for it to be like that. That's just the beats that I like to make. And I was like thinking, should I show myself? Should I just stay anonymous? You know, because it is scary. A lot of producers don't want their face out there, regardless of if you're a boy or a girl. But now I've seen that it is such a difference between my image and the beats that I thought, okay, let me keep this up. You know, I'm not gonna say dress a certain way to look cooler or, you know, dye my hair a crazy color. My mum once said, oh, why don't you dye your hair like a crazy color and, you know, fit the image more? I don't know what this image is. But now I'm like, okay, let me look as young and innocent as possible. But it is me. I'm not putting on an act. Like it's me with just like 10% extra of a bit more innocence, whatever. Like I know what I'm doing, but I'm being myself. I'm not putting it on. Like this is just me. So yeah, I guess that helps, it being the hard beats. And then
That's the best way. You don't gotta pretend or something.
I used to be way more shy than I am now. I still feel like I am shy, but again, it helps rather than me being really loud and confident. You have to be confident in your beats, but also it works where you're kind of quiet and then you get the people saying, damn, like you made these beats, or I don't know, you know, sometimes it helps to kind of keep quiet and keep to this idea of what people would imagine you're like. If you fit that you actually are how people judge you based off how you look, then it kind of works either way.
I agree. Let me ask you about Herbo placement. Like, how did it came out? Like, tell us the story.
So mafia is a artist from Chicago and he started using a bunch of my beats over the last couple of years. I don't think he's ever had a feature before, you know, of any other artists, and, you know, he was getting more popular in Chicago, so I guess the Chicago artists started to know who he was. And I saw him a couple times. He was with Herbo in the studio. I was thinking, wow, imagine if they ever hopped on my beat or something. Then one day I see on someone's story, they were in the studio and then my beat was playing and Herbo was there, and I was like trying to DM everyone that I could see that was in the studio saying, did they record on any of my beats? I was like, please, I beg, you know, I really hope that he did. And then they said, no, he didn't. They were just playing a song that mafia had done on my beat. I was like, no. And then I think like maybe 2 weeks later, I get a FaceTime from a producer that is close with T-Ski, and I've like worked with him before, and he just said Herbo hopped on the beat, and he played the song, so he had the song, and I was just like silent. I wasn't showing my face on the FaceTime. I just started crying, like not like meh, like a baby, but I couldn't believe it because I'd hoped at the start when I'd seen that on someone's story that he hopped on the beat, and then he didn't, and then he did in the end, and it was just, I love Herbo, so that was, yeah, that's my favorite song that I've produced.
Crazy. Let me ask you about the Chiefkeef situation, because I know you had a big channel, right, with Chiefkeef type beats, and I just remember when you saying like, what was the situation? Because you had like DMs with
Chief Keef.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So yeah, I think I was posting Chief Keef type beats and, you know, not thinking that he was ever gonna see them, or I didn't try to DM him because I thought, what's the point? He's never gonna see it. But I'd posted, I think, around 100 beats. So it's like about over 6 months I'd started, and then I just wake up to a DM from Chief Keef, and he just said, yo. And he didn't know who I was. I was like, I freaked out. I should have kept a bit more calm, but I was just like, oh my God, no way. How did you find me? And he said, YouTube. And then I said, wow, can I send you some beats? And then he left me on red. And then basically a year later, he just DM'd me again and said, send me some of those Chief Keef type beats, which is funny for him to say. So I started sending him some beats, and then I've explained this before, but I was like making one beat a day at that time. I would spend hours just on one beat, and I made sure I had a beat every day to post on YouTube because I was posting every day. I got obsessed with just trying to stick to, that was like my main focus in life, just posting a beat a day. And so I was thinking, what beats can I send Chief Keef? Because I don't want to send him ones that people have already got, that are out on YouTube, and I don't think these are good enough for him. Even I was, you know how producers are, we're very harsh on ourselves, we think we're trash and whatever. So I started just to only send him beats, I'd say like every couple months, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm posting every day a Chief Keef type beat, and I'm not sending them to the man himself. So it'd been like months and months, and then I was just checking, I wanted to send him more, and I was just checking if it was still the right email to send to. So I DM'd him, not thinking he was going to see it. I said, hi, just, you know, sorry, I haven't really been, I don't think I said sorry, I haven't been sending beats. I just said, is this the right email to send to still? And he replied within like 3 minutes and said, you're giving the world my beats, but not me, you know, what you doing? And I was like, oh my God, I've never said that part of it. I always tell the story, but I never really, and there's more to it, I just don't really say it. It's nothing bad, and it's probably way bigger in my head because he's not thinking, oh, Lollipop never sent me beats, like I'm thinking about it all the time. But he'd known that I wasn't sending him beats. The fact that he said, oh, you're giving the world my beats, but not me. But anyway, so that was the situation. I still didn't really stay consistent with it, but that is to say, that's my like biggest learning point, whatever, and like to other producers, just don't. That was such an amazing opportunity, and I wouldn't say I wasted it because he still wanted the beats, but just take every opportunity. Don't overthink and think, oh, my beats are trash. Just send out as much as you can, especially to the people like that who you're trying to make beats in the style of. So yeah, that's that, most of that story.
Yeah, but your channel was big, so that was like kind of hard situation because you still wanted to keep going with the channel, right?
Yeah, but even I could have been making more beats. Even if I made 2 beats in a day, they would just take me so long that I was thinking it's more important for me to post a beat on the channel rather than start sending out to people. And because I didn't want to make exclusive beats for people, that was a weird time for me. Now it'd be completely opposite, and I would focus on what's more important in the situation, which is sending to the people rather than just, oh, the YouTube's more important. Anyway, YouTube's still important, but you could do both easily. I just didn't.
Facts, but still it's a lesson, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me, do you like made a living of beats? Like you got school or you finished school? Like what's your situation? You really just do beats, do content, and really that's how you live?
So yeah, since the start, I started beats after I finished school, so I didn't have a job. Beats was the only thing I was doing as a hobby. I did work at a grocery store for a couple months, but then it was COVID. So I still live with my parents, so I don't pay rent. I'm lucky enough that they're allowing me to just stay at home, so I don't really have any expenses. Could I move out now comfortably? Just about, I just save money, But yeah, if we're talking about selling beats, obviously I don't post on YouTube anymore, so I don't really sell as many beats as I did. But now I've got, I sell my stash kit, my drum kit. I just have one, and I do like YouTube sponsorships, and then you get YouTube revenue. And now I've just started getting TikTok revenue for the first time, which is actually really good. It's a bit weird, but so all of those things together whether, do I make a living? It's hard to say because I'm not living on my own. I'm not paying for my own. I pay for everything, but just not rent. So to the answer to the question, nearly making a living where I can support myself.
Okay. You know how it seems on internet, like you probably, people think like it's more money and more, because you had like 50,000 subscribers, you got all the, some placements, right? Some very good placements and all of that stuff. I thought it's gonna be like bigger amount, so you can really say, be 100% sure, like, yes, I can like really live by myself.
I mean, it's up to, like, if I, to someone else, they might think I make a lot, and to other people, they might think I don't. So in terms of like London prices and rent, I mean, I have a lot of money saved, but I don't want to then, if I like rent an apartment or whatever, I want to be like comfortable. So I'd say I'm doing well. Like, it's not, I'm not going to say, oh, I make this amount, and also it's so different every month, but it's like compared to 6 months ago, or the last, since the start of the year, basically, it's been way better. So to you, it might be like, oh yeah, definitely I could make a living. But London, and me thinking about it, you know, not wanting to kind of lose money just by renting, you know, it's a mixed opinion. I'm doing well, but then to someone else it might not be well. But it's definitely not as good. Probably a lot of these producers, it's not as good as it seems.
It's good to know, because like some people can act better than it's actually are, you know?
Yeah, and you know, I don't like to, even if I got a big amount of money, I'm not gonna just spend it on like designer outfits. Maybe it's more artists and rappers that do that, but you know, I don't like to show that I have money. I like to keep it very private. My friends have absolutely no idea about any of it. I keep very private. So, you know, I could have been lying to your question. No, I'm joking, I'm not lying. I've been truthful. I don't know, I'm quite lazy in terms of, I like to focus on one thing. I could do kits, I could do this, I could do that. I like to just put my time and energy into very few things, so I could do far better. I probably should, but anyway, there's so many things you can do as a producer to monetize that I'm not worried, because I know I can do things. And then I definitely recommend doing content to people, because that has led to other things and other ways to make money. And so I'm getting there, nearly. It's good, it's not bad, it's good.
Would you say like content is one of the best options right now?
I'd say so. I'd say it's like the least saturated thing, because although there's so many tutorials out there, there's always other videos that you can do, and then that leads to you building an audience where you can sell kits to. You could do loads of stuff. So I'd still say type beats isn't overly saturated. There's always room for someone, or, you know, a new kind of genre or whatever. It's just how you do it. You know, it's how you get in, and it's not going to take 5 minutes. But definitely content, I think, is becoming more popular, and I understand why it is, because it's like a whole new audience and support from people.
Yeah, content is really good, I think. When I started making it, I see the advantages of being a content creator, you know?
Yeah. Have you done tutorials and stuff?
Yes, I did. I got some on my channel. Now I'm like bringing guests like you and really making stuff with other people outside of my country, you know?
No, I think definitely keep up with stuff like this, because that's what people like to watch. And if you enjoy making these types of videos and getting people on, asking questions, I don't think people do that enough as well. So you've definitely found like a good idea.
Yeah, that's facts. Okay, let's cook up. I'm gonna make a sample and I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, cool. That's fire.
I feel like I'm just gonna leave this part, because the thing I did earlier, I'm gonna be honest, it sound trash for me. So I'm gonna just keep going with the piano idea, you know?
Yeah, I like this. You have loads of banks. I have like 3.
Yeah.
course, we've got to use the spins. What else? Spins with a soft clipper. That's it. That's all I do. I'm going to pitch it down, maybe. Just for the 808 to hit lower. I don't want to make it too complicated. I'm very simple. I'm not trying to do all crazy hi-hat rolls and, so, I mean, for the video, I could try and do all this crazy stuff, but honestly, I'm trying to make this for an artist. I'm not trying to do a beat battle beat. You know when the sun is on your screen and it's like you can barely see the screen?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's happening right now. I think this is a really sick beat, perfect for an artist, and I want to keep it that way and not just start adding unnecessary stuff, so...
Lollipop.
Yeah, so appreciate you pulling up today. I want to ask you, you got any placements on the way? You working on something, you got your kit? You said you got your drum kit?
I've got one drum kit. I need to make another, but yeah, so it's called the Anomaly Stash Kit. That's my main one. And then hopefully I'll have another one on the way. Yeah, soon.
Any other stuff, videos? Maybe you got some projects?
I've got my American videos, because I was in America, loads of vlogs, studio session. I've got some clips with me and Ski, the artist that I mentioned. That will be cool. In terms of placements, I don't really know. I've got unreleased with so many. I don't have anything confirmed to come out other from Ski. Yeah, I'd love to say, oh yeah, I've got this coming out, but you just never know. I think that's about it.
But the vlogs are on the way.
The first one should be up in 5 days from now. There'll be I don't know, 5 to 10 different videos from America.
How long you was there?
3 weeks.
So you got a lot of content, right?
Yes, and a lot of collabs with different people as well that you might recognize.
TB?
Which is, he's in the vlog, but it wasn't a full video, but I've got a full video with Lifestyle and Infinite, Tumphy, and then some female producers. That was really cool. There's 4 of us, 4 female producers. I think that's it.
Stay tuned, guys.